Yeah, today we will see CPC revision class 2. We will see integumentary system. As you know, this is a kind of big chapter. So I had divided this chapter into two videos. Okay, so because at the time of exporting, it will take time, and again the file size will be very large. Sorry. So okay, today we will see integumentary system guidelines. So we can use E&M code with surgery code with 57 or 25 modifier. So integumentary system, we will use E&M code with the surgery code but with 57 or 25 modifier. So whenever I am repeat like telling guidelines means it is going to help you in some way to eliminate the answer. So how? So in your question, if some E&M like evaluation and management topic is included, some E&M service was done while doing like along with the surgery in integumentary system related to it means it should have the modifier 57 or 25 with your codes. In your answer, if you have E&M code with the surgery code without having 57 or 25 means you can directly reject the answer. So whenever I'm telling guidelines, make a note of it and put a star to it. Make sure that you know all the guidelines well and you can able to crack the exam very easily, right? So it is going to save your time also. So first we can use E&M code with surgery code with 57 or 25 modifier. Incision and drainage codes, look for simple and complicated. Okay, first you need to check while whenever you are doing incision and drainage case means you should look for simple or complicated. So packing material qualifies for complicated. So whenever that incision and drainage is complicated only, the packing material will be qualified. So for like simple, the packing material will not be used. Okay, so use of 59 versus 51 modifier in integumentary chapter is important. So 51 modifier, when will we use 51 modifier? Whenever two procedure are there like excision and repair, if both present we will use 51 modifier. 59, whenever a single procedure only, at the time we need to use 59 modifier. I had attached an example. So just see, so modifier 51 is for multiple procedures. So modifier 51 is used when multiple procedures other than E&M service are performed during the same session by the same provider. Again I am repeating, other than E&M service. So if a surgery code, if the E&M service is done means you don't need to consider that is an another procedure. So E&M will not come under another procedure. So exceptional of E&M service is used whenever when the 51 modifier will be used is when multiple procedure other than E&M service are performed during the same session by the same provider. It indicates that the provider performed more than one procedure and it helps to ensure that the second and subsequent procedures are correctly reimbursed at the reduced rate. So make sure if the in one time at same session by the same provider multiple procedures are done means you should use modifier 51. Your surgeon performs two different surgeries on the same patient during a single operative session. So the second surgery would be appended with modifier 51. So whatever he is doing one procedure and after that another procedure, mention modifier 51, that indicates multiple procedures were done at the same session. Okay, modifier 59 is used to indicate that a procedure or service was distinct or independent from other service performed on the same day. It is applied to procedures that are normally bundled together but are performed separately due to different circumstances, times, or anatomical sites. I am repeating. So, modifier 59 is used to indicate a procedure or service was distinct or independent from other service performed the same day. Okay, if they are doing some procedure in your hand and which is irrelevant to for their if they are doing appendectomy, that is removal of appendix means both are completely irrelevant. So at the time we can use 59. It is applied to procedures that are normally bundled together but are performed separately during different circumstances. In this, for this I can give example. So for excision, like whatever they are like whenever they are doing excision they will do repair, right? So simple repair is already included, okay, already bundled in the no, excision. So sorry, whatever they are like doing, uh, re- like incision and drainage they will do, no, the simple repair is already included, so don't need to code simple repair separately, right? So in that cases we should not use. But if they are doing repair means, if they are indicating simple repair in one region, complex repair in another region means, you should code simple repair at that time. I'm repeating, generally simple repair is already bundled in any process. So whenever they are doing incision and drainage, anything means simple repair, because anyhow if they open or cut the skin means definitely they are going to repair it, so it's already included or bundled in the procedure. Okay, don't need to code it separately. But in some cases like repair, if they had mentioned simple repair was done in leg, complex repair was done in abdomen means, at that time you need to code simple repair code also. So there will be separate code for simple. At that time you need to add modifier 59 with that. Okay, so that's what the line means. It is applied to procedures that are normally bundled together but are performed separately due to different circumstances, times, or anatomical sites. So patient undergo two procedures in different areas of the body that are normally considered bundled, but due to being distinct services, modify 59 is appended to one of them to show it should be billed separately. So it is different procedures. So two procedures in different areas of the body, okay, that are normally considered bundle, but due to being distinct services. So anyhow, as I have mentioned, this is simple and complex means you should indicate that these are distinct procedures, so not related to each other. You should add modifier 59. So for multiple procedure we should use 51, and for distinct procedure service we should use 59. Okay. Biopsy, like tangential, incisional, and punch biopsy, includes simple repair. What they are meaning is, so for tangential biopsy, simple repair is already included. So you don't need to code simple repair codes separately. Incisional repair, simple repair is included. For punch biopsy also, simple repair is included. So tangential, incisional, and punch biopsy already have the simple repair. So it is already bundled. Okay. So no need to separately code for simple repair. Excision also includes simple repair. So again excision is also having simple repair. Code intermediate and complex repair separately. Okay, so benign lesion and malignant lesion. So in your options, if it is having starting from 114 means that is benign, and malignant it will start from 116. So it is also going to help you in like while reducing sorry option. So when like if your question is having the term benign means, you should search for like 114. Obviously it is going to start with 114. So A and B have 114 and the C and D is starting with 116 means you don't need to go and check the 116 terms, right? So directly you can delete or eliminate C and D and you just compare A and B. So you should know benign lesion codes will start with 114 and malignant start with 116. So each excision code should be coded separately. Don't add the surface area of the lesion excision and destruction. So you should not add the surface area in excision and destruction. Each excision should be coded separately. Okay. So repair simple codes are start from 12001 to 12021. Repair intermediate starts from 12031 to 12057 and complex repair 13000. Multiple classification of repair and modified 59 and 51 to the simplest classification. I had attached an example. A surgeon performs the following repairs during a single session. Complex repair of laceration on the thigh. Okay. Intermediate repair of the laceration of the arm. Simple repair of the laceration of the forehead. What is our rule? So called like add modifier 59 or 51 to the simplest procedure. Okay. So the complex repair is happening in the thigh, that is complex repair. We know that that is the say like complex like what to say, this is not a simplest form. So complex procedure you should keep it as the primary code. Okay, no modifier needed since it is a primary procedure. Then intermediate. So intermediate repair to indicate it is an additional procedure. So multiple procedures performed, right? So 51 modifier. So simple repair for the forehead. So here they had indicated simple repair separately. Okay. So for example, so why we are coding simple repair here is if we are doing excision means simple repair is already bundled, but here they are doing a simple repair as a separate procedure here, right? So that's why we are coding for simple repair. So we need to add modifier 51 because it is distinct from other repairs and typically would be bundled but is separate in this instance due to different anatomical site. So modifier 51 is applied to the intermediate repair of the arm to indicate that it is an additional procedure performed in conjunction with the complex repair of the thigh. So it is a multiple procedure, it's an add-on. So that's why we had added modifier 51. 59 is applied to the simple repair of the forehead to indicate that it is a distinct service performed in different anatomical area than the other repairs. So thigh 13131, arm intermediate repair we need to attach modifier 51, and forehead so modify 59 to specify that it is a distinct service. Okay. So anyhow, it is a way to search for the codes. In your option, just look for 51 and 59 modifier carefully. So our guideline is to follow like for the if you are having multiple classification of repair in the same question, add 51 and 59 modifier to the simplest. So when you have complex, intermediate and simple means you should append modifier 59 and 51 according to the guideline to the simplest repair. Okay. Next is if you have the term Z plasty, Z plasty, W plasty, VY plasty, rotational flap, random island flap and advancement flap, then you have to code adjacent tissue transfer. So if you have the terms in your question, if they had been indicated any repair, excision, lot and lot of stuffs, but at the end if they had mentioned Z plasty, W plasty, VY plasty and all these terms means you should code only adjacent tissue transfer codes. Okay, don't go and search in the excision and also whenever you see these terms go to the ATT codes. So adjacent tissue transfer starts from 114,000, includes excision and simple repair. I told you na. So in your question if you have excision and all means under repair, simple repair, it's already bundled in adjacent tissue transfer codes. So whenever you see these terms directly go to the ATT codes and choose the corresponding code answer. So intermediate and complex repair, skin replacement surgery can be coded separately if used for closure of secondary defect. So whenever the intermediate repair or complex repair or skin replacement surgery is done, you should code this separately. So traumatic wound closed in Z, Y and W pattern because of its nature, don't consider it as ATT. Sometimes just look the terms very carefully while reading the question. Z plasty, VY plasty, W plasty is different from Z pattern, Y pattern and W pattern because they are fixing the wound in the shape of that. So traumatic wound closed in that pattern. So it is not equal to adjacent tissue transfer procedure. So whenever you are reading it, read it very carefully. So Mohs surgery code is starting from 17315 for any stage beyond 5 tissue blocks. We will see an example how to do the Mohs surgery code. So code biopsy, repair, simple, intermediate, complex, special staining, skin graft, frozen section if performed. So you need to indicate whether if biopsy is performed with the Mohs surgery, repair, any repair, special staining, skin graft, frozen section means you need to code it. So while coding for or Mohs micrographic surgery question, check for the anatomical site. With that we have to code 17311 or 17313. Okay, just have an idea. I had attached an example in the upcoming slides. Okay, so first you need to check for the anatomical site. Okay, after that check for number of stages. If number of stages is more than 2, multiply the add-on codes 17312 or 17314 depend on the stages given in the scenario. So first, whenever you started coding for the Mohs micrographic surgery case means first you need to check the anatomical site. Okay, based on that, you decide whether 17311 or 17313 is the right code. After that, check for the number of stages. If the number of stages is more than 2 means, multiply the add-on codes. That is, you should add the add-on codes 17312 or 314 depends on the stages. Then check the number of tissue block in each stage given in the scenario. Maximum 5 can be put in one stage. So extra block in stage will come with code 17315 that can be multiplied depends on the number of extra tissue blocks in stages. First thing you need to check for the anatomical site, then the number of stages, and if the number of stages is more than 2 means you need to multiply 17312 or 17314 with your actual code. Then you should check for the number of tissue block in each stage. So according to that, if it is maximum 5 tissue blocks can be put in one stage. If it is more than that, you should append 17315 code. Okay. So see this question, the patient has basal cell carcinoma on his upper back. A map was prepared to correspond to area of the skin where the excisions of tumor will be performed using Mohs micrographic surgery. So they had indicated that it is a Mohs micrographic surgery technique. So there were two tissue blocks that were prepared for cryostat section and removed in the first stage. Then a second stage have 6 tissue blocks which are also cut and stained for microscopic examination. They enter base and margins of the excised pieces, blah blah blah. Okay, so first thing we need to look for the anatomical site, then number of stage, then the number of tissue blocks. Okay, so first thing is the anatomical site is upper back. Okay, so here you can see it's an upper back. So we need to search like in options what you do. Okay, now we have 313 in 3 options and 17260 in 1 options. Now you need to go and check what is like, anyhow we know that when you have 2 stage or something, so whatever the according to the anatomical site you are going to choose any 17311 or 17313 we had seen in the guideline. So it is not the 17260, it's not in our case. Anyhow, if you want to check, you are go and check 17260. This is for distraction. In our case, no distraction is takes place. We need to go code for Mohs micrographic surgery. So directly you don't need to check 315C44 and all. Directly the option C is wrong. Okay, now we have 3 options, option A, option B and option D. Now we are going to check. So next, after from like anatomical side, what we need to check is the stages, right? So once you confirm the anatomical site, for example 313, we have anyhow we have only 17313 in all the 3 options. So now you can see the trunk word here. So this is right. Okay, till now 17313 is right. So next we need to look for the stages. How many stages in the questions? First stage and second stage. So there are 2 stages. So first thing 17313 is for first stage up to 5 tissue blocks. So we have 2 tissue blocks here anyhow first stage, and for the second stage we need to give this additional code, that is add-on code 17314 for each additional stage. So our code should have 17313 for the first stage, 17314 for the second stage. Okay, that's it. See here 17313 and 17314 is there, but 17314 had given 2 times. So if you have 3 stages means at the time you need to add 17314 into 2, but you have only 2 stages, right? So for first stage we had already put 17313. For the second stage we are going to put 17314 one time only. Here it has given 2 times, the option A is wrong. Next, option B and option D. Now we know that 17313, 17314 is right. They had directly mentioned. So here in option B, 17314 is missing, right? So we need to indicate that 2 stages performed. For the first stage 17313, for the second stage 17314. Okay, but here 17314 is not available. So directly you can reject the option B. What's the right code? So 17313, 17314. For Y they had given 17315. So next thing we need to look for the tissue blocks. So here this code is for first stage up to 5 tissue blocks is allowed. So in the first stage what was given? 2 tissue blocks is there. So here 2 tissue blocks. So 5 under 5 we have 2 tissue blocks. So the second stage here also up to 5 tissue blocks is allowed. we have 6 tissue blocks were removed at the second stage. So we need additionally another tissue block code, right? So for first stage they had removed only 2 tissue blocks. So 5. So the 5 tissue blocks will contain 2, right? So 2 tissue blocks will be come under 17313. For the additional tissue blocks in the second stage, we have 6 actually in the question, but this code will give only 5 tissue blocks. So additionally, we need to add another 1 tissue block. For that, 17315 is just see. So each additional block after first 5 tissue blocks any stage. For example, in your first stage, if you are removing 7 tissue block means what should you do? 17313 17 for 2 stages is given. For example, or just don't confuse yourself. So only one stage is given and 7 tissue blocks is there means for 5 tissue block you are going to get the code 17313 along with that 17315, because we need to place another 2 tissue blocks in the code. That's why we are appending 17315 here. In first stage, we are removing 2 tissue blocks that will come under 5, 17313. So first stage is finished. Second stage, we are having 6 tissue blocks, but in our code 17314, only 5 tissue blocks is allowed. So whatever the remaining one, we need to give add-on code which is used to for the additional tissue blocks alone. Okay, for additional stage you should give 17314 multiple times. If we have 3 stages means 17313 comma 17314 2 times. You should not add 17315 at that time. If we have more tissue blocks, for the tissue blocks only you need to add 17315. So the answer is D. This is the right answer. This is how you need to pick the most micrographic surgery codes. So in this question, see Dr. Alexis completed a Mohs surgery on Ralph's left arm, the anatomical side. She reported routine stains and all slides, mapping and color coding of specimens. The procedure was accomplished in 3 stages, key term here, and with a total of 7 blocks in the second stage. So now we have the terms. Okay, so the anatomical site is left arm. So we have the codes, what and all is there. Let me highlight it. So 17313 is there and 17311 is there. Let me check with 17. So the anatomical site, let me confirm. So 17313 have arms in its description, but 17311 is not have. So head, neck, hands, feet, genitalia or any location, blah blah blah, bone, tendon, everything. But does it have arms? So it doesn't, indicating the anatomical site 17311 is wrong. So directly we can eliminate option B and D. So only option A and C will be present. Now we need to go and check for the stages. Okay, so 3 stages is present. So for first stage we will give 17313. For the second stage 110 17314. Now indicating like each additional stage after the first stage. Now we have 3 stages means 17313 one time for the first stage. Okay, sorry for that, and 17314 second stage, and again 17314 for the third stage. Okay, so now our code should be 17313 17314 2 times, that's multiple of 2. Now in the A option you can check 17314, it has given only one time, so you can directly eliminate the option and our answer is C. Okay, now you can check for the remaining also if you want to, and 17315 is for each additional blocks. Now in the second stage they had mentioned 7 blocks is there, so we know that 17314 it have only 5 tissue blocks. For each additional block we need to code 17315. As it has 7, so 5 will come under this 17314. So remaining 2 blocks will be there. So for that we are coding 17315 2 times, because additional 2 is there. So we need to give multiples of 2. So the option is, right option is option D. Sorry, option C. Okay. This is how you need to eliminate and pick the right answers. So directly if you know how to approach the specific topic means you can. So if you have most micrographic surgery means now you know directly go to anatomical site, reject the option, then go to the stage, that stage itself, another one option will get eliminated and you will find the answer. If not, go next to the tissue block, check with that and reduce the option and find your answer. So this is how you should use guidelines to pick your answers within the less minutes to do one question. Good. The next is excision and repair concept questions. Okay, so you can eliminate the options by seeing whether we have to use 59 or 51 modifier. So as you can see in the guidelines, I am repeating this 51 and 59 means if you know how to use it wisely, you can definitely reduce an option, you can save the time. So these modifiers play a crucial role in selecting the right option. So 51 modifier we will use both excision and repair. So if two procedure is coming, we will use 51, and 59 is for only one procedure, that is distinct, right? So when there is only one repair available in the scenario, we can use modifier 59. So now you have to check the excision types. Now we are coding for excision. You should check whether it is malignant or benign. Don't add the anatomical area of the excision. Either it is malignant or benign, code them separately. So here you should not add the anatomical area of excision. So in excision, you should not add anatomical site. Okay, make a note of it. You should not add. So excision malignant lesions. So malignant lesions, sometimes they will indicate malignant lesion directly, but sometimes they will include some terms called basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, or melanoma. Okay, by seeing these terms, you come to the conclusion that these are excision malignant lesions. Okay, so again here it's excision benign lesion. Change this. Sorry for that. Excision benign, here it is benign. Okay, change this to benign. Okay, so excision benign lesions. So the names are neoplasm, cicatricial, fibrous, inflammatory, congenital, and cystic lesions. They are indicating benign. Okay, just mark this. Okay, so if you have words like this, that is called malignant lesions. If you have words like this, neoplasm and cystic lesions, that is benign lesion. In repair, there are three types. Repair of same anatomical site can be added together. So if there is different anatomical site, means you should not add in like excision, you should not add anatomical site. But in repair, if the repair is taking place in the same anatomical site, mean you can add it together. Okay, so simple repair in scenario, excision plus simple repair given means obviously the simple repair is already included in the excision. So you should not code the simple repair separately. If only different types of repair given in the scenario like simple, intermediate and complex, then simple repair can be coded. We had seen an example, right, in Mohs surgery. So if the simple repair is given in different site, you can code for it. And if the simple repair is included in the procedure, means you should not code it separately. Okay, code when simple one. So one layer closure is present in the scenario. So one layer closure which is represented by the simple means you should code for it. Sorry for that. So intermediate repair, code when layered sutures is given in scenario, or 4 propylene or 3 isopropyl, 2 names given, or single layer closure with cleaning of debridement is given. So if it is a single layer, so one layer closure is means that is simple, but single layer closure with cleaning of debridement, so extensive cleaning, if they had indicated like that, means that is intermediate repair. So you should look for the key terms. Okay, they will not indicate intermediate repair directly. Sometimes you should go and search for the terms layered sutures. Layered sutures means intermediate repair. So 4 propylene, 3 isopropyl, that names, 2 names are given, means that is intermediate repair. And single layer closure with cleaning of debridement means that is intermediate repair. Okay, so 3 terms we had seen. So that indicates that is intermediate repair. Complex layer, that is code when 3 layered suture is given. So if they had given the repair was 3 layered suture, means that is a complex layer. Okay, complex repair. So now we have seen, like we will see one exercise. So pre-procedure diagnosis is basal cell carcinoma. Yes, you are right. So basal cell carcinoma indicates that it is a malignant lesion. So procedure: wide local excision of 3 cm with 0.3 cm margin of basal cell carcinoma on the left chin with a 4 cm closure. Patient's left chin was examined. Everything you just read, and what to be make note of it is, wait, let me highlight it. So 15 blade scalpel was to make the incision previously marked site. So the lesion was then sharply dissected off. 15 blade scalpel. So on the hyperfracture of hemostasis, the wound was then closed. So what they're given, see, just see closing in layers. So it's a layered closure. Okay, you should see this. So layered closure means that is intermediate repair. So what you should do is directly, so after seeing the basal cell carcinoma, you just directly enter to the code. So here 114. So I had told you, if it start from 114, that is for benign. If it starts with 116 means that is malignant. So in our case, malignant is given, so option C and option D is directly getting eliminated as these codes for benign lesion. Okay, this is how it works. So if you know how it start with, means you can directly reject the code without seeing the description, checking the description, wasting the time, nothing. So C and D is already eliminated. So now we need to check what is 11644 and what is 11643. So just see, you can able to see that is given in diameter. So 11641 is excision malignant lesion including margins, face, ears, eyelids, nose, lips. Okay, so face we will have chin, right? So chin will come under that. Excised diameter of 0.6 to 1 centimeter. So now we need to know what is the diameter. So to calculate that, I will show you. See here in the diagram, so the lesion is 0.2 centimeter, but the margin is 0.1 centimeter in this side and 0.1 centimeter in this side. We have to add this margins with the lesion excision. So 0.2 centimeter is the lesion size. Margin we need to add the both. This margin, this side and this side, we need to add, and we need to add with this lesion excision. For example, 0.2 centimeters the lesion size and 0.1 plus 0.1 is the margin, that is 0.2. So we need to add both to get the diameter of the full lesion. So 0.4. This is how you need to calculate. See, 3 centimeter with 0.3 centimeter margin on the left chin with the 4 centimeter closure. So 0.3 plus 0.3 is 0.6, so 3.6. Okay, now you check here. So 641 indicates 0.6 to 1 centimeter, but our lesion size is 3.6. Now you go and check 644 means excised diameter from 3.1 to 4 centimeter. This is right because 3.6 lies between this. So obviously 11644 is right. Okay, this is wrong. So directly you can select the option A without wasting time. Within 2 minutes, like within less than 1 minute, we had identified the answer without checking anything. So now you can cross check. 12052 indicates, just see here, repair intermediate wound. So we know that layer closure indicates, so here in question they had indicated that it is a layer closure means intermediate repair, closing in layers. Okay, deep layer, that it is the intermediate repair. So 12052 is repair intermediate repair. They had given 4 centimeter repair. So here they had indicated 12052 2.6 to 5, that the 4 lies between this. So 52 is right. Okay, so repair is a distinct procedure. Sorry, so another procedure, right? So repair is another procedure. For additional procedure, we are indicating modifier 51. Okay, so you don't need to go and, so if you have mix of CPT like codes and ICD codes, you try to like eliminate your options using CPT code itself. Don't, like, if you use 2 books for one question means definitely it will eat your time. So I had just used my shortcut. So benign lesion, I directly rejected the option D, C and D, that is starting from 114, that is means benign. So 116 6, I have two options A and B. I checked the what repair it is, so directly, and using the diameter I had rejected the other option and I am able to get the right answer. This is how you need to work with the guidelines. If you know the guidelines strongly, you will definitely do the exam good. See this case, the physician performed simple repair for 3 lacerations measuring 2 cm, 3 cm and 3 cm respectively on the right forearm. So there is an additional 1 cm intermediate repair also on the right forearm. Okay. So again, one simple repair on intermediate repair is happening in the right forearm. Okay. Now we need to check, and we know the guideline. If two repairs are involved in your question, what should you do? 59, any one mod 59 modifier should be in your code. So along the 4, among A, B, C, D, so only the D option is having what? 59 modifier. So just using the 59, we can able to find the answer within 10 seconds. But if you want to cross check it, so if and another one, so we had seen one guideline, that is modifier. So using the modifier we had identified the answer. And another one, if simple and complex is involving in our question, means for the complex we will use that as primary code, and along with the simple code we need to append modifier. So the primary code should be in the front. So sequencing is there. So 12031 and 12004. So intermediate repair 12031, just the description, see that. So repair intermediate scalp, axilla, trunk or extremities. Extremities, that hands will get included in the extremities. So 2.5 centimeter. Now we need to check is, just see. So here we are looking for intermediate repair. So the intermediate repair, so the intermediate repair have 1 centimeter, that is 2.5 centimeter or less, that will come under this code. So 12031 is right. So after that, just see here, same anatomical site, simple repair is happening. So we can add. So 2 plus 3 plus 3. What is that? 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 2 8. Okay. So now we need to give 8 centimeter, right? So 12004, which will be the right one. So as we are mixing the simple and intermediate repair, so intermediate repair code should come first, simple code with modifier 59. Okay, we should add that. So we don't need to check the ICD code and all. If you are, you can check. Anyhow, you found out the answer. This is how you need to choose your codes. So if you know the guidelines, you will definitely get your answer within 10 seconds. So just concentrate on your guidelines. So make sure you are making note of everything. So for just making notes, or for anesthesia, these are the guidelines. So if you are using E&M code, means you should use this modifier. You should not use this modifier with anesthesia chapter. Highlight it in one page. After that, come to integumentary system, most micrographic surgery guidelines. After that, excision guidelines. If you before going to exam, just revise those guidelines, it will definitely crack in one attempt. Okay, so the remaining part of the PPT I will share you tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow on time I will share, and this integumentary system, like this mouse micrographic surgery and excision topics questions and anesthesia will be shared tonight or tomorrow morning. Okay, give me some time, so I will share it. You just practice it. Okay, thank you.